driving to Sacramento. Sacramento. Woo! All right. Day one. So just imagine about 6 more hours of this. So, first day of tour. First days of tour are always challenging because you have to load up all your stuff. So wake up pretty early and got to get all the paperwork together. I had to cross a border up in Canada, so I got to do a lot of paperwork for that, have some contracts ready, a note for the border guard. So I seem like a professional operation. I always want to see paperwork. Got to prepare by I got dressed for a few different seasons because I'm starting out in Southern California and I'm ending, basically I'm heading all the way up practically in Alaska, up in British Columbia. Gonna have like a warm coat, couple sleeping bags, one for warm weather, one for cold weather, different clothes, 2 guitars, 2 boxes of merch, and then start driving by like 7 hours up to Sacramento, and then you stop for lunch, maybe get some gas. That's like 8 hours. It's always stressful getting out of town. It's like I said, it's probably the hardest day, even though I end up getting ready for like weeks. It's like seems like right down to the wire. You're kind of jumping in the car, hitting the road. And yeah, it was a cool show. Played at the Riving Loom. It's Kevin Seconds of 7 Seconds fame and also of Kevin Seconds fame. He's a talented songwriter. Played at his place up there. He's got a cool art gallery. And saw my friend Brian Hanover, who I met 9 years ago when I first came to California and played a show. And I met him, and he's been my buddy ever since. He does t-shirts. So if you're looking for t-shirts, hit up Brian Hanover at Revolution Inc. And played with Noah Nelson, and some friends came out and just had like a super solid time. It was a really nice first way to start out the tour. Yeah. So Sac was cool. And what the fuck they do to the roads in this fucking state?
I arrived and there was no skydivers on our drop zone.
Even if they'd landed somewhere else.
What a difference a shave makes, huh? Okay, so day 2. Sonoma, California. Very, very beautiful town. Very beautiful part of California. It's stunning everywhere. So the drive up was really, really pretty, really nice. There was a little drama beforehand because the guy who booked the show, the promoter, had to bail on the show. The show was canceled. So I was pretty bummed about that because I was kind of relying on, being able to like make money so I could keep gas in the car and get to the next gigs and stuff. So I kind of expressed that, and he was totally nice enough to hook me up with some other guys in town who put the show on still. So that was a big relief because early on in tours and in tours in general, like you got to make money. Like it costs a lot of money to like 50 cents a mile is the estimate for using your vehicle for business that the IRS gives you, give or take a few cents. So that adds up quick. If you drive 400 miles, it's $200 in cost, let alone, gas and all the other food and eating expenses and whatnot. So you really need to make the money on the tours in order for the tours to happen. So stoked that show came through. That venue, I played at El Verano Inn. It's classic old school, Northern California. Used to be a brothel. It's been around for 100 years. The floor is crooked like this, like so crooked that as people start to get intoxicated, they start stumbling across the room. It's pretty hilarious. The show ended up being a lot of fun. Like I met some new friends, and it was just all around really great vibe. And what else happened in Sonoma? Yeah, I walked around town. I was pretty tired when I got there. I forget where the hell I slept in Sacramento. Oh, I slept in a Walmart. After Sac, I'm not going to make $100 in Sacramento and then spend $100 at a Motel 6. If you do the math, that doesn't really add up to like having somewhat of a profitable tour. So I car camp. So I crashed at Walmart. I forget where, somewhere in that general couple hours, like on the way to Sonoma from Sacramento. And the end of tours, middle, I can sleep pretty good. And the first time I tried to crash in the car, I've had better night's sleep. So, and my favorite thing about crashing in a vehicle, I wake up and it's this magical moment where you go, wow, $100. I didn't have to spend on some shitty motel. All of the hotels are like double and triple the price. Nothing is reasonable. Like a shithole Motel 6 is like $100 at least, and they're usually booked. So I don't even mess with motels in California. So I woke up, drove to Sonoma through Napa Valley and all that, and we had a blast at that show. Like the owners were out, everyone was like dancing at the end to I See a Flag, and it was just killer. Like all around great vibes. I got paid and was able to make my way down the road, go to the next gig. So thank you very much, Sonoma. I know it's a couple months later, but I hope to come back one day and do it all again.
I got a feeling across the ceiling. I think I'm going mad, 'cause I can't take it. Only fake